Good morning, everyone. My name is Nandita Prakash. I am an education advisor to a few schools in North India. I have an experience of handling various group of schools. So majorly my work revolves around all the factors that influence quality implementation in education. I'm also a part of various parents and teacher association. I would like to thank Hello Kids India and Riverstone Group of Schools for inviting me over to this Saturday special sessions. We are going live today. And today we are going to discuss a very important topic, which is bothering parents of children who are between the age group of 1.5 to 3 to 4 years. So, as we call it, the early years of learning. So this is one major neglected area, and parents are worried about what to do with their children when they are at home. So today we are going to discuss about their concerns and how can you support your child better. Allow me to share my screen with you. During the session, if there is any question that occurs to you, there is a comment window on your right side. You can put your concerns there, your questions there, and by the end of the session, we would like to address all the questions. So very important question which parents often ask me, that how do we understand whether my child is learning and achieving according to their learning milestones. And so as other classes, children from grade 1 upwards, they have been undergoing their online classes very regularly. So past 1.5 hours, 1.5 years, they have been learning through online mode, and they have been pretty successful as well. But what about early childhood years? So where children are majorly dependent on their sensory related explorations to learn. So sitting in a front of a screen, is that going to help your child? Well, the question is debatable, and we will see throughout the discussion that how can we help our child through online classes as well. So first pertinent question which comes up is that, do we know the learning milestones of our children? A lot of parents, new age parents, have been reading a lot about it. There are various books available, various articles available about it. But you and I, we both know that whatever goes in theory, it's very difficult to put it into practice. Are we able to do that? And if we are not able to do that, a lot of parents feel disappointed throughout. So let me begin by saying this, that every parent has their own parental instinct. You already know what is best for your child. Trust that instinct and then start applying the knowledge that you are gaining from all the other resources. Let's begin with the common questions that I have been getting from a lot of parents across India. So these are the common concerns that we have. Online classes not enough to hold my child's attention. Yes, because children of this age have an attention span of 5 minutes. So sitting in front of a screen, 5 minutes is good enough for them. But if they are sitting longer than that, then that's a very good situation for you. But what to do in case the child doesn't want to sit in front of the screen? Next question. Child doesn't sit for long and focus in the class. Yes, as I said, that the sensory engagement is missing. So you would often, I do a lot of classroom observations when the teachers are taking classes, and I see children making faces, jumping wherever they're sitting, running around, and then looking at other children. So I see that need that they have of kinesthetic involvement. Too much time is spent on playing. So when a child would go to a preschool, otherwise they would be engaged there for 2 to 3 hours, and then traveling time, including everything, it's around 4 to 5 hours. Then the child comes back home, is tired, eats food, sleeps, and then wakes up in the evening with new fresh energy. So the playtime that they get at home is usually 2 to 3 hours. But right now, because they're in the comfort zone of their house, the playtime has definitely increased. Now, it is not about the playtime, but it is about how constructively are you using that playtime that matters. Not using online class as it damages my child's eyes. Now, this is again debatable, because whatever time the online classes are happening, that much screen time, it would not damage your child's eyes. But in case if the child is again using screen time after that, definitely that's an add-on. So that can increase from 2 hours to 4 hours in some cases, and that's damaging. Child's learning and growth is getting hampered. Yes, I completely agree with it, but I also know that if we focus all our resources and the best ways of teaching them at home can also be very productive. My child is not learning anything. Now that is again debatable. No, the child, it's not that the child is not learning anything. The child at this age is so receptive to every information around them that they keep picking up information, whether through the mode of internet or through television or through your talks. So the child is continuously receiving behavior. They are receiving the way you talk. They are receiving languages, various words. So it's not that the child is not learning anything. They haven't stopped learning. Now, there is a simple way to identify. Of course, most of the parents are not like the teachers are pretty much trained to know the learning milestones of children, and that's how they design the curriculum and implementation and observe the child's growth as well. But of course, it is not possible for every parent to undergo that kind of a strenuous training to deliver that at home. But you also don't really need to. Here are some quick milestone checks in the simplest way that I could have mentioned. I've written it here, and if you can put these questions to yourself and try to answer. If the child is able to deliver all that, is able to do all this, then definitely the child is achieving their learning milestone. Let's see. Is your child able to sit, jump, skip, run, use stairs up and down, balance on one leg, shifts balance from one leg to another? Now we are talking about an age group of 1 year, 10 months, 2, 3, 3.5 years. Is your child able to grab objects with full grip, shift from one hand to another, hold a thick crayon or a pencil, shows proper hand movement, wrist, elbow, and shoulder movement, understands your commands and follows? Now, there's a different matter that sometimes they're not willing to follow a command, but do they understand the meaning of your command and would follow it? Is able to express himself or herself and share needs. By expression, I don't mean that a proper expression of what they are feeling, because it will take some time for them to understand their emotions and express it. But are they able to share their basic needs with you? Able to solve 4 to 6 pieces puzzle, a tower making. So tower making, you don't really need to have a proper tower puzzle material with yourself. You can also help, give them some glasses to stack. Beading, ladling, so transferring from one bowl, some object from one bowl to another. These are some basic things which you can also do at home. Are they able to classify objects into big and small? Right, so considerably big and considerably small. So are they able to classify, differentiate between various sizes? Are they able to emote their natural emotions? So by natural emotions, I mean happy, sad, angry, not the complex emotions. Sometimes they're also stressed, but if they're able to identify whether they're happy or they're sad, and able to tell you when you ask them, oh, you seem to be very happy right now, they clap their hands and they say yes. Or else you say, oh, you look a little sad today. So if the child is able to identify that. Are they able to express with colors and paints? So children, they love coloring and painting. So this could be crayon, this could be watercolor, this could be acrylic colors. So are these children enjoying coloring? Because for them, it's an expression. Messing up on a piece of paper is an expression. Are they able to freely do that? Are they able to talk to relatives or friends on phone? So whenever you call them, please talk to Nanaji, please talk to your grandfather. Are they able to do that freely, or are they a little reluctant? Are they becoming a little reserved in that area? That you have to focus on. Is able to play games such as scavenger hunts, hurdle at home. So creating hurdle at home is a very simple task. You use your pillows, cushions, throw some bed sheets around, and ask the child to cross the hurdle. So it is going to be a very constructive and creative game for the child's engagement, not just cognitive, but also for the gross motor skills, for the kinesthetic engagement as well. So you can also put some target to the activity, so that you can make it cognitive in its nature. So let's see. A lot of discussions have been happening around online classes. Some people, completely shut them away by saying that online classes for preschoolers is a sham. It is just not possible, right? But there is, because people, a lot of experts have been across the world, have been talking about it, have been working towards it. So the research very clearly says that online class at this age is very important, because that is the only window that the child has towards the outside world, towards other children of the same age group. Now they may or may not have a sibling at home, but when they see children of their own age on that screen, that's the interaction time that they are getting. That is the only window that they have towards the world outside. And they also see other children of the same age behaving the way they are behaving. This makes them understand that this is normal. They are able to accept the fact that children of my age are also sitting in their homes, and they are also learning, listening to the teacher, playing along. So this gives them an open window to the possibility. Secondly, this is the only way of, so firstly, this is the only way of social interaction right now. If you see, the teachers are continuously interacting with children even during online classes. She's taking names, she's asking children to respond, to talk to each other, to express themselves. So, and when it is happening with other children, children get encouraged. When they see other children talking, they also want to talk. So, if the child at all is becoming a little withdrawn, probably this kind of an encouragement is needed. Secondly, the teachers. See, whatever a parent can do in 4 hours, the teacher with her specialty can do it in 1 hour. Because the kind of planning that they do, the kind of activities that they are planning right now, is keeping in mind the child's learning growth and positive engagement. Coming to the next part. Now, when I say self-discipline, it's a must for everyone. It is not just must for children, but also must for you. Now, if you don't have a limitation that, okay, my child is supposed to be there in the online class at 9 o'clock in the morning, you might let the child sleep till late, or there would not be an urgency of waking them up in the morning, dressing them up, and putting them in front of the screen, right? A lot of people are not able to do that. We have seen that parents themselves, they share that we are guilty of doing this. We were working late night, and in the morning it was not possible to wake the child up on time. Now, it is important, especially for children. Why? Because children are like plants. You and I can wake up till late and then sleep till late, but children are like plants. Their body clock is set according to the sun. So when the sun rises, they are more children. When they wake up, they are most active. So during the most active hours of the day, which are the morning hours before 12 o'clock, if the children are receiving maximum information, they are learning maximum. They are engaged creatively in the best sense, right? So the learning outcome is maximum at that time. If you lose out on those early hours, somewhere after that, the child's learning ability gets affected because of the daytime. So it is very important that we do things according to the child's body clock, that we do not let the body clock gets affected, because a lot of adversities you can face later because of the same. You would see children become a little lethargic. They'll start eating a lot of fat. They start eating, craving for more sugar. So all these things are attached to this basic thing that we all can identify. Secondly, the child learns that I need to prepare myself for the class. So this is my class. These are my class hours. I need to sit and listen to the teacher, talk to other children, work with them. So the child is already mentally set in that mind frame. Whenever the schools open next, the child will not face a difficulty into adjusting the school hours, because during the same hours, the child was already learning at home. Otherwise, as children grow up, and if they are used to one particular habit, it becomes very difficult for you and I to break that habit into something else. So sending a child to school for 6 to 7 hours will otherwise become very difficult. So putting them in the structure of self-discipline is very important. Also, you can, along with this, you can also guide your child by involving the child in various activities which is related to the child herself or himself. So I'll just quickly tell you a few things that you can do with your child without you having to do any extra effort. Let's see. Most importantly, the first important thing is trust your child. They may be young, but they are brilliant. They are very smart. They are receiving every information that you give them. Believe you me, they are more sensible than we think they are. And that's why I always tell parents to treat your children like you would treat an adult. Respect them, give them importance, give them responsibilities. And how do we start that? By doing things together. So whatever you may be doing, if you're reading a newspaper, give one paper to the child and say, okay, read it, try to see what is there, see a picture, try, tell me what do you understand from looking at this paper. Let the child see various advertisements. Let the child tell his or her own interpretation. So simple activity of newspaper reading can become very interesting. This will encourage child's language skills, the child's thinking abilities, and interpretation. Right. Secondly, also small thing like this, something when you're laying the table, make the child responsible of their actions and tell them that this is how we lay a table for the dinner or for the lunch, and you are supposed to help me out. So here are the set of plates. Kindly lay them. Supervise them, but give them complete independence. Give them responsibility that okay, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fill up the bottles and put them in the refrigerator. So you're responsible. We are depending on you. If you don't fill up the bottles, we'll have no water to drink. So let them take that small responsibility. And once you have assigned them these small little tasks here and there, work along. Always keep focusing on what the child is doing next. Right? So I call it parallel parenting. So while you are working, you can still parent your child. And believe you me, the children will not disturb you. So a lot of parents, they say that when we are working, the children disturb us in between. If they are creatively engaged. So if you're working on your computer, you're working on your office project, the child can be sitting right next to you, drawing something or creating something, from craft work. So sit beside, work along. Make your child help you clean the house and other daily chores. Now, this is very important because a lot of times, I've seen children, they would mess around with their in the room. They would just throw things away, and parents do not tell their children that this is their responsibility to keep their room clean, to keep their bed clean. So keep, you can probably train them such that you say that this is the cleanup time. Whatever mess you have created in 1 hour, okay, this is the cleanup time. So before you come out of the room, I want the room to be tidy because this is how the other rooms are. We keep our bedroom nice. You keep your bedroom nice. So help them, show them once, show them twice, but make sure that they understand that it is their responsibility to keep their room clean. Similarly, making bed, folding laundry, all these things, peeling fruits and vegetables along. So these things will not just encourage the child to get involved in the household work, get self-discipline, but most importantly, all these activities engage their sensories. And the first thing that I said in the beginning of the session is that the sensory engagement right now is missing in children's life. That is a very important milestone. This is exactly how they're going to learn further. You can sit in the evening and plan the next day. Okay, what would you like to do? You have your online class starting from 9 to 11. After that, what would you like to do? You would like to take a break? Yes, I would like to take a break for half an hour. Okay, after that, what would you like to do? Which I would say I would like to watch cartoon. You can always suggest that, okay, would you like to watch a cartoon or would you like mama to read you a lovely story? So this is how you cut down on the screen time, the extra screen time. So though you're number one, you're giving freedom to your child that he's or she's the one who's picking up the activity she wants to do, but at the same time you're also inducing ideas which are right for the child. Very often they're going to pick up the idea that you gave. And most importantly, there's a lot. I know the situation is such that there's a lot of stress around, a lot of bad news coming every day, and we are talking on phone, we are watching television. So the load of all this information is coming from all the sides. But children don't understand that, right? They receive, as I said, they receive everything which is around them. If you're upset about something, you're shouting on phone. Children are also receiving that. So it's natural, you're also human, you would also have your own expressions, but make sure that the stress that may be overpowering you, you control it and you don't let that flow down to your child, because the children will not understand. See, you and I, we are hopeful that situations will get better very soon, but the children, they are not that resilient. We have to make them understand that, okay, we are sitting at home right now, but then better situations, we'll go back to school, we'll go out and we would play with other children. So this is the kind of resilience that we have to develop in children, but that will be possible only when you manage the stress and keep it away from the child. All the activities which I mentioned of playing along with the child is not only for the child, it is also for you. because if you're spending good quality time with your child, it will automatically de-stress you. So no matter what concerns there may be in your life, you will be already cured. So I hope with all these small little simple points, you will be able to improve your parenting skills better. And now is the time that you put your specific comments on the comment box so that we can address them. Hello everyone in the comment box. So parenting is not very difficult. It's just that when once we read too many articles and too many expectations we create from ourselves, it starts to become a little difficult, right? So take it easy. It is going to come to you naturally, and sometimes you just have to focus on the small things around you, and then you achieve better. So I hope this brings some positivity around teaching kids, early years kids at home. And please keep coming back to our Saturday sessions. I'm sure every session is going to be equally informative. Thanks a lot for finding out time on a Saturday afternoon to be with us.